That's good news from Tony Gibson. Ryan Newman is all right.
We just joined our coverage. This is Ryan Newman, whose car somersaulted with 5 laps to go. The crew has radioed Ryan. He has said he is okay in the car. He is still in this car, buckled in, and we have the field stopped on the backstretch here at Talladega under a red flag with just 3 laps remaining.
They've got a hydraulic device out there. They're going to cut the roll bars and cut this roof where they can get some really good access to Ryan.
Trying to figure out what's the best way to make these cars safe, the way to make the racetrack safer, safer ball technology. This is where it pays off in a situation like this, because that was one of the scariest crashes I've seen in a long time. We're both looking at the monitor here on the screen.
You can see there's NASCAR officials on the scene right there with the safety crews.
Yeah, there's a guy there that looks like he's talking to Ryan Newman as he sits there, just making sure that he's okay and understanding what is taken.
We are being told we can get confirmation from NASCAR next door that they have confirmed with Ryan he is awake and alert, and the reason they are doing this is because of what we just talked about, the limited access. The roof is pushed down. They're having trouble getting to Ryan, so rather than trying to squeeze him out of a narrow opening, they're going to go ahead. The car is already destroyed, so they're going to go ahead and try to pull the roof off so they can pull him out of the car without having any problems with getting him against some of this sharp metal in the narrow areas.
Yeah, I think if they had some injuries they thought that were serious, that they need to get him out quickly, they would be doing a lot quicker job here. But now they're just going to be methodical, knowing that he's okay. They can be very methodical about how they take this roof off and get Ryan out of the car without causing any further injury.
We were so hoping we would escape the big one. This is not a big one in terms of numbers of cars, but in terms of the violence of the rollover by Ryan Newman, a contact. And we'll show you again what happened here to bring out this caution. Watch here. There's the Ryan Newman's car. Tony Stewart there, his teammate.
You can see Tony Stewart was running up on the car in front of him, and instead of hitting, he rolled out of the throttle, and Ryan Newman had a big run. And when he kind of saw what was happening, he had to turn left, and that shot him across in front.
He was actually getting a little bit of a shove from Marcus Ambrose, too.
Yeah.
Almost all the cars were touching going down the backstretch.
Now watch Marcus Ambrose's onboard camera as the 39 car comes across in front of him.
See right here, he gets that. The second hit, that shot him over in front of the 29, and then when he got turned around backwards when the car lifted off. See, that bump there, that turned Tony.
Wow.
You can see the car up in the air down on the inside. Unbelievable.
Lands upside down on the hood of the 29 car of Kevin Harvick. Now watch it as it happened in real time. Now the roof being peeled away, sheet metal peeled back. They've cut some of the support bars. They have an area behind Talladega Speedway where they have cars that they have specifically built to train these guys to do this. There's the last bar being cut. They folded back, and now they should be able to get. And Ryan Newman climbing out. How about that?
Wow. What a great sight that is.
Wow, how safe are these race cars that NASCAR has these teams built now? Got a little mud on him, but otherwise none the worse for wear.
That's good to see.
Yeah, when you got to dust the grass off of you, and that's the worst thing, that's a pretty good day. It's unfortunate. He did a great job all day long. Just getting down here to the end of the race and time to go.
Again, here's the accident. 5 laps to go at Talladega. Chain reaction. The 14 gets in the wall. 39 contact with a 29, and suddenly he is airborne and comes to rest right on the hood of the 29 car of Harvick right there. And then across the racetrack, the pirouette and the roll. Well, Elliott Sadler did a nice job to get his car wound down and not just hit that 39 coming up across the racetrack.
Sure did.
We told you at the beginning of the day, how difficult it is for the wives to watch their husbands get in these cars and risk it all at 200 miles an hour. This is Ryan Newman's car coming to rest, and there's his wife, Chrissy Newman. She was headed back to the care center immediately to be able to be there when her husband arrived. And there he is climbing out of the car just moments ago, Ryan Newman, and this crowd appreciating not only what these drivers do, but how safe these cars really are. Under a red flag at Taladega, Ryan Newman walks away. We'll come back with a restart in just a moment.
At the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, Amp Energy 500, race 7 in the chase for the Sprint Cup, a red flag with just 3 laps to go. The remains of Ryan Newman's car being hauled away. Newman getting turned upside down on the back straightaway, and after some time extricated from his car just fine and walked away from the machine. Normally we think of the big wreck at Talladega as involving 15 or 20 cars. This one only involved 5, but it definitely qualifies as a big wreck.
Wow.
Wow. Woo. You know, you talk about the safety designed into these cars and so on. Well, Ryan Newman not only took the big backflip and landed on the roof, then hit the wall, then tumbled a few times and had a couple of hard hits on his way down the banking. Pretty remarkable that they still had to cut that cage to get him out of the car, that it held that much.
You get out and you just say thank you NASCAR, because that's a safe race car.
All right, so the red flag has just been withdrawn and the field beginning to roll under the caution, and Vince, the work to repair Tony Stewart's car begins.
Yes, Tony Stewart, the car owner for Ryan Newman, but sustained pretty significant damage in his own right. The right front damage in the rear as well. And then also when Tony came to the garage, his brake pedal went all the way to the floor, so he thought maybe that a brake line was cut as well. So the team has been investigating. They've not been able to work on the car until actually the red flag is removed. And Tony definitely wants to get back out there, even though there are only a few laps left, because at Talladega you never know what may happen in these final laps, and you may be able to pick up a couple of extra spots and some extra points, Doc.